working on something. All right, we live. And like, I'll be like, I'll tell you that I'm working on something. And like, aside from like the Misawa project or the Misawa single, like, I was like, this one right here, like, this is one I think y'all will actually like listen to, and like not just be like, oh, I'll check it out because it's the homie. Like, there's a difference. There's a difference when
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'll check it out because it's the homie. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And then it's the one where like, oh wait, we're like, we're this is a thing like. About to pull it up for myself too here. Ooh, where's my charger at, bro? Ahí está. Almost lost it. There you go. So I almost forgot. I'm not gonna have chat open unless I go over here on this side with it. Camera all messed up. There you go. My bad. I almost forgot about the chat right there. What are we gonna do about the chat?
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to see it. Oh, I could see it through Twitch though.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on the stream over here because this is what we usually do for Collab Cafe too, where like the chat don't usually pop up there. I usually gotta have it open on the side and be my own mod on the side.
Let me mute you.
Word, yeah.
Bam. Looks like Chill's in the house.
What up, Chill? Oh, what up? What up, Carl? Hey, let's go, bro. There's already 8 fools in here. Let's go. Fools were waiting on this. I'm telling you, let's go. I was like, hey, let's wait for fools to get in here real quick.
We here, man. We here.
Oh, through life and everything.
Might
God
put
damn.
this right here so I could look at it.
Through life and
Good,
everything.
Chill.
What up, fools? Hell yeah. Oh my God.
Did I tell you I picked up my first vinyl record today? Like officially pressed? Yeah.
Oh, for which one?
I'll show you. Hold on.
Oh yeah, bust it out. Bust it out. Come on.
This
Light
project.
Flex. Oh.
Yeah, it's called So Indie It Hurts Volume 3. We recorded it out in Florida when we were on tour. But I think it's on some crazy colored vinyl too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I just haven't had a chance to.
How many press?
I think he said something about 250, 275 or something
number.
like that.
That's a nice number.
Yeah.
Limited enough, but still enough so that fool should be able to grab some,
Yeah, man. And the art is really nice.
Yeah, I was about to say, let me see that cover again one more time, please.
Yeah. Bile.
What
Yeah, feel me. First vinyl.
I love the little splatter on the side too.
Yeah,
it's like coming off to the side.
Yeah.
That goes hard, bro.
Yeah, it came out clean. I can't wait to like open it and actually, cause like I told homie when we were recording it in Florida, I said when you guys get to mixing it and all that, like the homie Chief DVB, shout out to him. He's the one that did all the mixing and engineering. And I told him he had sent me like a little 30-second snippet, and I was like, "Hey, bro, I don't want to hear no more of it. Like, I haven't even heard this shit yet, bro."
No.
Nah, like I've heard like one song because we released like a single, right? So
all I've heard so far is
not yet. No, I think it drops. I think it drops the following week of our shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Word.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about today. So.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Chief is in here too. What up, Chief?
What up?
That's the mixing engineer. He's also rapping on there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of engineering, by the way, thank you for mixing and engineering our project.
yeah, most definitely, man. I hope everybody likes the mix on it, man.
I loved it. On Resilience, I love how you got that kick to be all.
Yeah, that kick sticks out on that motherfucker. I like that shit.
You got that one nice and fuddy.
You feel me?
Let me bust out some stuff real quick, cause who's just coming in here, and yeah, man. I mean, release day for when you need this.
Yeah, anybody who hasn't yet, go to all the streaming platforms and go download For When You Need This by JX and Trey Voorhees.
Mm-hmm.
It's out now on all the streaming platforms, and we're gonna do a little release stream, I guess you call it.
Yeah. A peek, a talking, a discussion, a throwing, going through, a comb through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll definitely get to
all them
talking about
things.
some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of art, speaking of art, shout out to my
Yeah.
dude. Shout out to my dude Nico RC for making the art on that. That was the artwork for our project. Um, hey Mills, what up? It's amazing. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
man.
Johnny Mills. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. Killed it with this. I dug it. Like, we was looking for that
Mm-hmm.
thing that we wanted to kind of represent what we were trying to do on this thing. I loved it, man. I love that. Like at first, I was like, oh, I love the use of color. And there's this one time where I was like zooming in, and like you see what's happening in the shot, right?
Mm.
Homeboy's like running towards the sun.
Right, exactly. I saw that. It
I love
looks
that.
so fly. Yeah.
I love that. It's the detail on this one. What
Yeah.
up, Ryan? How you doing?
I really love
Yo,
this artwork.
man, I'm so glad we went this route. And again, thank you for engineering. Thank you everyone checking it out. I'll drop the link in the chat in a second. Yeah, man. I mean, let's get into it, right? How you want to do this? You want to like
I
run it
guess
or run one by one or?
yeah, so the first song, Change It Yourself, that was the first song we did, right? That was the
I
first.
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a precursor to what we planned on doing, which we didn't go into this planning really anything. You just
And
sent me like 5 beats and I was able to rap over like 3 of them really, really fast. But this was the first one that I showed you like, hey, I can do this.
yeah, and I did a little video. I don't know if you saw it today. I was like talking about how this came about yesterday on stream, and from what
Yeah.
I remember, how this came about, I don't know if you remember this. Back in like January when we were doing the Carne Asada song and stuff, we had this session where we recorded a bunch of tracks, and I sent you a track that we recorded that day, and I was like, "Yo, can you rap on this? I think you sound tight on it." And you're like, "Do you have any more?" And but like you asked me like not too like this vibe, like a little different, like, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so that's when like I sent more, and like it just one song became 2, became 3, became this.
Yeah, 6. I think we ended up with 6 joints.
Yep.
And yeah, I think the first batch you sent me, I was able to record 3 songs out of, and I was like, bro, if you got more, send me more. Let's
Yep.
make an EP.
Yep.
And then that's kind of where it went. But this was definitely the first record that I wanted to show you when we got it like started.
Yep.
I'd say this was the first song I actually finalized, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is a jam. I think that this had, and what's crazy is I remember when I made this, I was so quick to send it to a lot of people just to get an opinion as to how I sounded on this type of record.
Yep.
And I just got an overwhelming positive response to like the record to the point
To
where I
match
was
the
like,
vibe of the record.
yeah, it was so positive. People were like, you saying that shit, Trade, you saying that shit. And I was like, okay, no, this is exactly where I need to go. So
Yep.
I stayed on this topic or this kind of like, premise, if you will, for majority of the tape.
Yep. And like I was saying today, man, I'm just glad that like with the tape, like you were just not even storytelling, but just like they said, like you were just talking that talk where it's just like, bro, like for this one, change it yourself, bro. Like that's all you
Yep.
gotta do.
Yep. Just keeping
That's all
it
you gotta do.
positive, you know what I mean? Just keeping
Exactly.
it mad posy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Posy core rap, you know?
Posse core rap. Pretty much.
That posy rap, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pretty much, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's really
Yeah.
what it was, man. And I'm glad
Most
we went with
definitely.
this route. So let's go into it. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Audio cool.
Life
Let me
don't
know.
change for no
Should be.
one, yeah. Uh-huh. Life don't change for nobody. Yeah. Gotta change it yourself. Gotta change it yourself.
Yeah, we good.
Life don't change for no one. No. Life don't change for nope. I said life don't change for nobody. Hey, you're not ready for this shit. It's so beautiful. They say you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. I don't know about that, dog. I've been looking for help. Everything is all the same, ain't nothing ever changed, but I swear I'm playing the same game. I swear it's always somebody to blame. It's such a cop-out. It's a part of my brain I'm trying to lock out. The biggest lesson I'm learning, I'm trying to knock out. Do right by your people, but just watch out. Cause everyone's intentions ain't the best. Back against the wall, I know you get impressed, dog. Don't be so easily impressed, dog. And don't get stressed by open threats, dog. Learning myself, that was the best call. And all of my problems I had to get gone. I mean the list was long, but I checked off every last motherfucking one that I could until I was good. I still ain't though, a little bit painful, but I'm more thankful. Some of the shit I did, I'm hella shameful. Like I take shit personal, but really don't hate you. Two biggest words you could say is I'm sorry. Holding grudges is getting old like a Atari. And I'm holding this love gun like it's a Tommy. Just an abundance of love. Yeah, I got it
My
on me.
success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Wish me the opposite. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Wish me the opposite. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Wish me the opposite. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Wish me the opposite.
Yeah. Hey yo,
What up?
JX.
It already went in.
That transition is nice. You
Oh,
see what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
Yup, exactly. That's how it was supposed to hit.
Yeah.
It was supposed to go straight into
Yeah.
it. And in the original, well, not the original, but like in that old one, it was like just a little 2-second pause in it.
When I first listened to it on the way back to the, to the spot, you know what I mean? I was like listening to it and it definitely had some skips, but after that first once around, it was working right. So
Yeah, man.
I'm assuming everything's it's blending how it's supposed to.
It nailed it how it was supposed to, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love. Let's go to the second one, man. Fuck it. Let's go to the second one.
Let's go. Yeah.
Resilience, the single,
Hey, yo,
man.
JX, what's good, man? This shit beautiful. We've been making some really, really, really beautiful music, man. I hope the world cherish this shit. Understand where we coming from. Life been crazy the last few years. Still I persevered. Made it through depression. Stop blocking my blessings. Ain't no half stepping, that's how I got here. Writing a new page in my story. It ain't gonna end unless it's a blaze of glory. Lately shit ain't been looking up for me, but I'll be damned if the end turn out boring. Resilience, that's the key word. Gotta work your ass off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways. Resilience, that's the key word. Gotta work your ass off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways. Just help the homie, man, he's in a rut. I hate seeing my homeboy stuck. Got himself mixed up with some bad stuff. I told him, don't worry, clean yourself up. Don't resort to your old patterns. And others left you, man, it don't matter. I know sometimes the pain make your brain scatter. And thinking them bad thoughts, man, change that up. Cause failure could turn into success. Don't worry about environmental stress. Last month got one of the worst texts. Heard we gotta lay the homie to rest. That shit hurt, dog, and it don't hurt no less. He's in a better place, I guess. We gotta keep it strong for the family. I love all my brothers and I hope they understand me. Resilience, that's the key word. Gotta work your ass off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways. Resilience, that's the key word. Gotta work your ass off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways. Keep it pushing, that's your best bet. Especially if you haven't hit your best yet. I mean, you still on this earth and you ain't left yet. Even if the weight on the world on you just bench press. Hell yeah, man, I've been stressed. Our life on this earth is like a stress test. How much can you endure? Just go out and explore, man, you don't know what you in for. Resilience, that's the key word. Gotta work your ass off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways. Resilience, that's the key word. Off, you wanna be heard. Some folks ain't gon' hear you, that's okay. Just don't let it get you stuck in your old ways.
glad we went with that for the single. By the way,
Yep, yep. That's the joint that's gonna get the music video. Pretty much it's shot. We're probably gonna look at this weekend for a release date on that. I'm hoping to have it edited and finished by the end of the weekend, but
Yeah.
yeah, look out for that. Resilience, that first single.
Man.
We dropped it early to get kind of like a taste of how this was gonna turn out, and I mean the response was really well, man. It was,
Yeah,
it was good shit,
to
man.
let people just know that it wasn't what y'all were expecting. We wasn't just
Yeah.
gonna go grimy on this.
Yeah, nah, it was definitely a positive, angelic experience. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
say that
man.
word a lot when it comes to these beats and stuff. Is I say it's very
It's
angelic. You know what I mean?
it was the vibe, man. Because I was thinking like, what
Mhm.
beat was this that like, or like what song in order was this? Probably was like third or fourth, I think that I
I
got
want to
back.
say, yeah, I think this
Like
was
maybe
part of
the
the
third.
second batch, if I'm not mistaken, right? Am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tripping?
Because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong. Change It Yourself was first for sure,
Hmm.
and then I believe in You was second, and that's when we're like, oh, like this is gonna be like a more like
Positive record.
positive up, upbeat type of vibe. And then I
Hmm.
remembered Resilience came because I remember that was when shit hit the fan for me, and I was like, oh, of course I needed this track right now.
Resilience was crazy. I remember
Resilience
showing
was, oh
resilience
my
to people,
god,
and
bro.
people were going like, "What the fuck?" Like, I remember showing it to people and not sending it to them, and then being like, "Bro, I need this. Can you send this to me?" And I was like,
Yep.
"Oh shit," you know what I mean?
Okay, so we're on
Like
to
showing them
something.
without actually sending the MP3s or whatever,
Yep.
and it was crazy. It was crazy
Yeah,
how it
man.
turned out. Yeah,
I'm glad you sent out to whoever you did.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Played it
no,
on
man.
stream. Motherfuckers was going crazy over it on stream. So I was just like, bro, this is one of them records.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
this one
man.
got the first single treatment, and it's gonna get the first video off of the project.
Yeah, man. This was my like my heartfelt track, man. I remember the first time I played this, I was in the class, and it was like a day or two after I got the news of the CPAM, and I was like, "Fuck, I had to hear this." And I broke down in tears first time I heard it. I was like, "Fuck, I needed this one." I was like, "All
Yeah,
right, we got
it's
to do
that
this."
life music,
It's
man.
that
It's
life
that life
music.
music.
It's that life music, bro. And
Yes,
if you don't
sir.
get it, I get it. You probably ain't gone through stuff, so I get it. This probably doesn't
Yeah.
relate to you at all, and I
You know,
understand.
it's
Keep it
crazy
moving on the
because
next one.
it's crazy because there's some backstory to me actually writing the song.
Mhm.
I was reading this book by the lead singer of this punk band called the Cro-Mags. They're like
I
an
believe.
old
Yeah,
80s,
I remember you telling me
like,
this. Yeah.
yeah, and the book, uh it's called the PMA effect. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
look back here, like, okay, it's like a lime green book called the PMA effect. And
Oh.
PMA stands for positive mental attitude. It's a mantra that this punk rock band from DC called Bad Brains is what they
Oh
live
yeah.
by,
Love Bad
right?
Brains.
Yeah, so they have this song called Attitude, and PMA is like their slogan, positive
Yeah.
mental attitude. And so he wrote this book about it, and one of the chapters was literally resilience. And I was like, I start reading it, and it just has to do with like, you know, it's not about getting somewhere you've never been before. It's about how hard you get. If you get struck down by lightning, can you get back up? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that shit struck a chord with me. I was like, nah, bro, yeah. Like, cause I've been through some crazy shit in the last couple years that have really made, that's why it starts off like that. Life's
Yep.
been crazy the last few years.
Yep.
Still I persevere.
Persevere.
That was the point, was to kind
Yeah,
of say
bro.
like, I have that resilience, I have that heart to get struck by lightning and get my white ass back the fuck up and get back to work.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's that, and like you starting it off that way to me, I was like, oh, of course, you started off this one like that, like
Most definitely.
and yeah, that's all it took for the waterworks to start on me.
Most
Um,
definitely.
yeah, man. But great track. Next up, as El Gris said, 50-50, bruh. This one.
50-50.
What else is there to say but the title, bro?
What
This
is
one's
real?
crazy.
Some folks stuck in taking a red
Yup.
pill. Some folks wanna think the blue one is right, but who knows? Cause you ain't taking no sides. You the one that's sitting in the middle playing neutral, but you don't understand that your opposers will shoot you. I mean, if they had the chance, they would.
cause ain't no neutral. Hey yo, life's crazy. Conservative or liberal, spiritual or biblical. The choices get so critical. Motherfuckers will spit at you and probably throw shit at you. Just because you got different views, man, it's so typical. And it's so easy to listen to when righteous men teach like they fixing you. I call them false idols. A couple brain cells short of psychos. The Jim Jones types you shouldn't pay attention to. We're all brainwashed, it's a coin toss. Ain't no days off getting your point across. Or maybe just don't be trying to prove something. Those who inherit the earth, they ain't doing nothing. Cause life is 50-50 for real. Red and blue, black and white, what's the deal? Opposing each other gon' get us killed. It's cool to have opinions, but just chill. The meek shall inherit the earth, that is the teaching. Might be learning something new from the deacon. What is he preaching? Seek and destroy. A lot of times we weaponizing these little boys to be one-sided, divided, and don't hide it. Unless it's your feelings, stop crying. But if you wanna kill somebody, yo, here's a license. After you go to the school to kill people with guidance, an institution that kills people inside it. You could kill someone in silent and we'll hide it. Maybe that's why we call you private, because we let you do shit in the dark. Shit, we supply it. Cause life is 50-50 for real. Red and blue, black and white, what's the deal? Opposing each other gon' get us killed. It's cool to have opinions, but just chill. Yeah, before we all fucking gone, you know what I mean? This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy. Yeah, so just a little background on this one.
Yup.
Nah, you straight. I stayed talking at the end of this one. But one thing that I want to point out is the last verse. The last verse I dig into kind of like military stuff.
Yeah.
For those who don't recognize it, a lot of the last verse has to do with military stuff. And one thing I did after I wrote this song and recorded it was I sent it to two of my best friends that are in the military. And I was like, I want your opinion on this because I feel like this is something I need your, you know, I need your opinion on. And they both were like, bro, this song is strong as fuck. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to hear people from the military be like, oh, you saying some shit, you know, because I'd be so afraid to offend a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because my opinion don't mean shit, really. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, what's my opinion, you know, to the next man's? But I remember at this point in time, what I was thinking about a lot was the insurrection. And then also so a lot of the first verse has to do with that, you know, just that crazy division that happened during like the Trump era and all that kind of shit. That caused more friction than I think America's seen in a long time. And then the second verse was really kind of tapping in on this story I had heard about, well, not just one particular story, but multiple stories where girls were coming up missing and then their bodies were being found on, you know, like Fort Hood and shit like that. And, you know, just like these boys are being taught to like, you know, kill people, you know what I'm saying? And get away with it low key, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, just diving a little bit into the fact that we kind of create terrorists in our own country, if you will. That might be digging a little deeper than I'd like to. Terrorist is a strong word, but
I was but terrorist, you know, it's a matter of perspective, blah blah blah. But you know what I took it at the number 2, second verse. When he's mentioned like institutions and yada yada and the way we teach it inside it, I was actually thinking obviously my own profession, right? Like
right.
How like, bro, like I was even thinking about it to the microcosms and the microaggressions that like. Just the easiest, like, I get asked a question and I might like roll my eyes or like just the slightest body language that might seem like, oh, you're really asking me this question right now. Like that kills a person inside, you know, like you got to be cognizant of like,
we don't need no education. That's what that song's basically about. You know
exactly. And you know, that was that perspective of me.
For sure. Also that as well, you know, I think I went more military industrial complex, but I also was thinking, you know, how we treat our regular, you know, everyday human being through the public school systems, through judicial systems, through all our
Yeah,
systems, just
any
our
and all
societal
institutions.
systems. Yeah, exactly. Every
Yeah, man.
institution kind of is built for us to fail. So,
Yep.
or, built to wrong us, if you will. Sorry to say it that way, but that's part of the anarchist in me, Shout
That's
out
all
to
good.
the lead singer of Cro-Max. No,
No,
going
it's all
back to
good.
that shit,
Hell yeah.
just the punk rock in me really, that's where that type of, writing comes from, if you will, that mentality.
Hell yeah, man. Should go into the next one.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's go on. Believe in you. Next.
Drink
And make sure I go up with the volume. There
Stay
you go.
hydrated. And live your motherfucking life to your best ability. You feel me? I mean, it's motherfuckers who wish they could be in your shoes.
Be grateful, motherfuckers.
For real. Angelic is the voices on this track. This world could put the poison in your lap, homie. See, life could give you everything you lack. Then take it all away and never give it back, homie. They call it the duality of man. A juxtaposition you just can't understand. I mean, I know you want the grants, you want the land, but that type of security don't come without a plan. Damn, I know some folks who old as fuck. They rolled it up cause the going's tough. They gotta pay bills now. Shit getting real now. Ain't got no time to chill now. Shit, I don't blame them. I be staying in the house, so for real, I can't shame them. Trying to save my paper for real and get that place on the hill. You did? You gon' get through this. Yeah, you could do this. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you. Yeah, you gon' get through this. Yeah, you could do this. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah. I believe in you, yeah. Life's gonna throw you some loopholes. You see these phases like change is gonna get you some new clothes. If it's something I learned and I do know, this life is a boot though. Aye, shit can get real quick. You don't wanna end up like Will Smith. Man, you gotta keep your composure, cause in the blink of an eye, your life could be over. This shit could get real treacherous. The universe is cold, I wouldn't mess with it. In hindsight, it's 2020 now. Ain't shit funny now, for real. You gon' get through this, yeah, you could do this. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you, yeah. You gon' get through this, yeah, you could do this. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah, I believe in you, yeah.
Hey. We won't go into detail, but that situation we was talking about before stream that I told you we dealing with over here, you gotta keep your composure. Life
Got
with
to,
the
man.
switch. Oh my god, that's what I'm saying. That's why we had to title it this. For when you need this, you
But
be
when
anyone.
you need this, you never know.
You never know
know?
when you're gonna need this project, bro.
Tips to live by, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Could have named
God.
it tips to live by, you know what I
Pretty
mean?
much, man.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah.
By the way, great job on these hooks too, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It-
That's
it-
probably the hardest part of writing a song, to be honest with you, is coming up with
Yeah.
something catchy enough to become a hook, or you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll write a verse and something will be so good, and then just like everything that comes to mind for the hook just it comes out terrible. In this case, I don't know what it was, but like it was just like the energy that the lyrics were giving me in the verses or whatever, or
Yeah.
because a lot of times I was writing the hooks after I'd already gotten a verse written or whatever. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely not the easiest process, but I can
Definitely
honestly
not.
say,
It's not. It's probably my most difficult step in like
yeah,
writing. Like, I'll be honest with you, in that project that I'm working on, like, I don't think I got a hook, bro. I don't think I got a hook.
that's where the poetry comes in, man. Like
It
if
really
you're
does.
if you're not well versed in poetic verse, I would say if you're let put it this way, if you're having a hard time writing hooks, I would get acquainted with poetic verse. Like I would learn like a famous poet or a couple of famous poets and really just like understand it. Like a lot of times there's like some kind of theme, a repeated word, or some
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I mean, something that feels like a mantra that's built into it, if you will, you know what I
To
mean?
me, the part that I struggle with is the meter and the like melodic part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if it's the hook, I need some, if not melody, I need some rhythm to it.
For sure. For
You
sure.
know what I mean? And it's not
But if
even
you
like,
listen to cats like Frank Ocean, man, like how free form and how freestyle, you know, their styles
yeah,
be, you kind of have to understand it. Like sometimes, like being too stuck, it's almost like making beats, you know, being too
yeah.
stuck to the grid can really harm your creativity and the thought process of what sounds good, what sounds
And what
bad.
is a
You know what I
hook
mean?
in
Yeah.
this case,
A lot of people
right?
think that hook is static, hook is, you
Yep,
know,
you're
bringing
right.
everything back to
Ah,
normalcy, while
nope.
the verse kind of is free form and free. No, you can do a free form hook and make it sound catchy and clever to the point where people want that just as much as they want the rest of your song.
I'm
So
just thinking of like those moments where like the hook is like the last like 4 bars of the verse or some or what sounds like the end of the verse, but really it's already the hook. They
what's
just
like the
end it
thought
that way.
process of the word hook? What is hook? Hook is something that grabs you and pulls you in, right?
Yep.
So like even something as simple as my last stroke just went viral. That's a hook, bro. A
Mm,
lot of people don't think about what the hook is except for
mm,
a 4 bar stanza in the middle of a song that repeats itself, or
right.
what most people call a chorus. But like the
Yep.
reality is the hook is what drives you to want to sing the song. And that could be a simple line in the song. It could be the beginning of the song, like what is it, Triple X Tentacion, you know, he's got that one song that everybody knows
Yeah.
that starts out with, you know, can't get my dick in my hands.
Yeah.
My hand. Like that shit right there. That's that, bro. Most people don't know the lyrics past like the first 4 lines.
Yep.
That's the hook, bro. That's what hooks the people to the fucking song.
You're right.
Mind you, in a more literal sense, it is the chorus. But and a lot of people shoot for the chorus being that. But like I'll tell you, some of my favorite songs don't have hooks, but they have parts of songs that hook you in, that you know when to say that line. You know when to, you know.
Yep. You know that that's gonna be something that you're gonna come back to, or
You're gonna
the
sing along
standout
to that
part.
part, and not
Yep.
just you, but there's gonna be 100 people behind you and around you that's gonna sing that same part. Guess who's back in the motherfucking house with a fat dick for your motherfucking mouth? Who's not singing that part when it comes in? Now, if Corrupt
Yep.
gave a fuck about a bitch, I'd always be broke. I never have
So
no
we're
motherfucking endo to smoke.
so we're continuing the DPG
There's so,
praise
bro.
today.
Yeah. There's so many hooks on that song, though. If
Yep.
you really think about it, there's several hooks on that song
Yep.
besides just the "It ain't no
No
fun."
fun. Yep.
That's one of the hooks and probably the main one. But there's so like their verses literally start with hooks.
That's true.
Yeah. So like you really got to know your pros and understand it. Like, is this going to when I say this out loud? Like when people hear it, do they want to say it back to me? Like those are all very key points in making a hook, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, you got to think about that shit, bro.
Speaking of hooks, a great segue into this.
Yeah, probably my favorite one.
Hook. Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite hook. Yo,
Yeah.
when you sent me this shit, I was
Yeah.
walking around passing out papers like, ain't nothing to do with the rest of, ain't nothing. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
god damn it. Here we
So-
go.
So that's a play off of the euphemism of what's that one that everybody says, why can't I think of it? It's funny, I was just saying it in my car and now I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's like something about when the rent, you know, ain't saying nothing but the rent or something, you know what I mean? Like yeah. So it's basically just saying like ain't shit to say when the rent's coming around, you know what I mean?
Yup.
You know, like you can't do shit when the rent come around. So
Yeah. This is.
yeah.
This is. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, obviously, I love Brazil.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent, you know what I'm saying?
But like the one I keep coming back to sometimes, maybe sometimes even just that one twice.
yeah.
It's this.
It's a vibe, bro. It's for sure a vibe. And you killed it on this beat too. This beat is amazing.
Oh, you killed it on this track.
hardest worker ain't always the largest earner. That's why some motherfuckers go postal and copper burning. Blah. Pinches ain't being paid by turning wrenches. Workers risking their life within inches. And ain't putting no dent in his wallet, but it's putting indentions in his life. This shit's a death sentence. While some kid writes a sentence about death and makes millions. Shit don't make sense then. I guess the question is, why am I shoveling dirt, doing hard work, while that motherfucker sits in the studio and talks about some shit he don't know? Need to get a real job, motherfucker. What you gon' do when that spit and rhyme shit get old? You ain't got a trade and some shit that you could go. Your only concern is bankrolls and hoes. And what the fuck you gon' do when you can't get those? Work some dead-end job with no 401k. Work with some asshole you can't stand all day. Working that overtime just to get some decent pay. Then that rent come around and you gotta give it away. Ain't nothing to do when the rent's due. 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 Comparing hardship make us all haters. Some of us don't make it past high school. Some of us make it all the way to the majors. Most of us occupy the stands, few get to the stages. Some of us teach, some of us learn. Some of us never get the basics. Some of us get locked up in cages. Some people say it's cause of how we was raised. I say who the fuck they is and what the fuck is they saying? They don't wanna even fight, but they always wanna weigh in. Thinking shit is funny like the Wayans, man. They ain't saying shit, man. Half the shit they say ain't making sense, man. Don't pay attention to me, just pay your rent, man. Ain't nothing to do when the rent's due. Ain't nothing to do when the rent's due. Ain't nothing to do when the rent's due. Ooh.
Yeah, man. This one to me was just.
There's some of us teachers, some of us learn.
I
Some of us
know.
teach, some of us learn. Shout out to you, bro.
I know, man. I caught that one.
Yes, sir.
I caught that one the first one he said. I was like, thanks, man.
It's such a crazy juxtaposition though, because I say things like, most of us most of us in the stands, only some of us make it to those stages. You know what I mean? I remember reading something that was on Twitter that DJ Quick had posted, where he said something along the lines of like, me and Dr. Dre were the same, but like he got that lottery ticket that I never got. But like, and I respect that opinion, because like DJ Quick, bro, a lot of people don't know, but he was writing on the Chronic. He was producing on the Chronic. He was working on, Tupac's projects before he got to death row, and even when he was on death row. Like, bro, I guess I say that to say, like, bro, not everybody gets the chance of a lifetime. Like, I know ball players who go into like these D-League teams and shit, and their only hope is to eventually get spotted by somebody who's willing to take them onto an actual, like, field, or an actual basketball court, or whatever the case may be. And like sometimes they turn into real estate salesmen, or they end up at a dead end entry, what do you call that,
entry data position.
yeah,
Data
just
entry
like
stuff.
a regular ass everyday Joe job, and they sat there their whole high school career as a star. You know what I mean? Like in their high school, they were the hottest motherfucker in the world, and somehow, some way, they just don't make it to the majors. They don't make it, past that high school or college career, or whatever the case may be. So like, I kind of just like delve on like that juxtaposition where like, some of us make it, some of us don't. And
Yep.
you just got to deal with that. But I'll tell you something that ain't never gonna stop: that motherfucking rent, baby.
Yep. Nah, and you know what I like though on that one? There was a line where you said, like they always they always want to complain, they always want to weigh in, but like
Yep.
what are you doing for folks like also too?
Never
like,
want to
bruh,
fight, but they always want
yeah,
to weigh in.
yeah, never want to fight, but they always want to weigh in. Like, bro,
Yep.
exactly. Like, what are you doing for your people, bro? Like,
Real shit.
um,
I remember I was hanging out with a girl at one point, and we got to talking about how she wanted one of her male friends to go out and protest with her, right?
yeah,
And it was the craziest thing in the world because I'm sitting there and I'm like talking to Shorty and she's like cracking on homie because he got scared. He got like low key cold feet.
Yeah.
And she's like, you ain't willing to like fight for your people, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what cause are you really fighting for standing out in the middle of the street yelling at people? Like that shit really ain't benefiting nobody and it's likely gonna get him in trouble before it gets
Might get
any
you
help.
in trouble. Yeah.
Right. I mean, the reality is
Yeah.
y'all standing out there is just two more bodies that could get mowed over by a group of militia who could give a fuck less about anything but containing y'all and keeping y'all the fuck out of the way so that patrons can still get through. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
these motherfuckers will smash you with their bats and their fucking billy clubs and
Yeah.
tase you and pepper spray the fuck out of you and not even bat an eyelash at the thought process that you're doing this for a good cause. They could give a
Yep.
fuck less about your good cause. And like the reality is for you to judge that man to be scared to go out there and face them, you know, demons is crazy. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And to furthermore, like, I don't know, just like to kind of press on the thought process of like human beings who are like overly woke and overly sensitive to everything that's out there. Like it's a motherfucker that's on the other side of that fence that's just waiting to bash your head in with this, you know, this right, you know, side thought process of your
Yep.
whatever you think of is wrong, whether you're a feminist, whether you're for like gay rights, whether you're for like abortion, whatever, bruh, like for every evil there's a, or for every good there's an evil, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you got to realize that not everybody is out there ready to face their demons. Some people will tell you and kick a good game to you about their demons, but
Yep.
the reality is like the moment you put them in, all right, we about to go hop in this car and go face these demons, you best believe a motherfucker gonna catch some cold feet or, you know what I'm saying, do
Yeah,
some
man.
shit. And so I mean I guess this is this song right here is kind of partially in regards to just that whole juxtaposition. Not everybody's with the whole that's why it's called fifth, you know, not this song. This song's called When the Rent's Due, but it's kind of in the same vein.
No, it is. The
That
second
50-50
verse, yeah.
joint.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second verse, yeah.
Yeah, in the sense that you know, there's just like a real divide in how we feel as human beings, what's considered you know, a complete failure and what's considered success.
Yeah.
And a lot of times being a teacher like yourself is a success story to a person who might have failed the system, you know what I
Yep.
mean, and in being taught might look at someone like you as you're completely criminal
Yep.
and you're the devil, you're an enemy
Yep.
to them, you know, because
Yep.
they ended up making millions and got a fortune. And what are you doing? You know, oh yeah, you're working for the greater good. Like that's how some folks look at the police, you know. How
Yep.
you think a drug dealer looks at the police?
Yep.
Kind of the
Yep.
same way a multimillionaire who got fucked over by a teacher in middle school is gonna look at every teacher from that point
Yep.
forward. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep. Bro,
I
and
kind
beyond that, when you were talking about the whole like you know, the whole fucking like almost like cancel culture shit, like how do fools
Yeah.
expect fools to learn shit? Like if you're just gonna like off them on the first, you know,
Mhm.
obviously if it's some egregious stuff, well, yeah, you might want to get some space and distance from that.
Yeah, most definitely. But
But,
there's a
like,
lot of things that are kind of gray area type
Yeah.
of topics where we can allow each other to look at it and go, the way you look at shit is kind of psycho, but I'm gonna let you
I'm gonna let you know that. and
but
we
I'm
can
also
grow.
gonna let you breathe. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you
exactly.
live your psycho lifestyle, and I'm gonna be over here and what you think I live is a psycho lifestyle. I'm gonna be
Yup.
over here with my shit. You can be over there with your shit. I think 2023 and beyond, we're gonna see a lot of contesting that. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Contesting that divide to the point where that gray area is almost like non-existent, bro. Like it's either gonna be black or it's gonna be white, and if you're on the side where everybody says fuck
This.
you, guess what? It's gonna be fuck you, and you're gonna have to live with the fact that it's fuck you, you know.
I hope more gray comes around.
I just think that's already it's already here, bro. I mean, and again, it goes back to the insurrection shit. I think a lot of that comes into my brain when I think about a lot of these more societal topics.
Yeah,
Is we are divided, and we've always been divided, and I think that that's the way the world is controlled is by division. If everybody was getting along and everybody was frolicking, happy go lucky, moving
cooperating.
moving in straight positivity, the motion of the world would probably be kind of weird. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if it would like I think that because of the flow of traffic that way, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna stand in the wind.
Mm.
You're gonna have somebody eventually there's going to be that Genghis Khan character who comes around and says, this isn't right. I'm gonna start chopping heads off. I'm gonna start treating,
We need chaos.
mutiny. You know what I mean? Like the
We need
reality.
chaos.
Yeah, yeah. I believe that with with every pretty sky comes a storm is equal.
Yep.
I can't help but see that juxtaposition in our lifetime, in especially with the human race, it's necessary.
There's always
It's
that pendulum swing, I feel.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Speaking of pendulum swing, this is where we swung the pendulum up, fools. Like
This
that
is
segue?
yeah. This is the last track, and this is the one I was very adamant that JX make sure we
Make sure you
have
get what
this
these fools
song.
wanted.
We make sure we want this song on this project. And the reality was like it was such an angelic experience. It was such a positive experience. I feel like a lot of the lyrics have a very positive vibration. And
Yep.
not to say that this one has a negative vibration. It's just I wanted something that had a darker appeal. I wanted to be able to say the same message but have a darker appeal to it. So that's kind of where this comes from. Just a darker place, but similar convictions, if you will.
I feel like it was like that Pac metaphor where like you knock the first couple times and you're being nice, and you were nice already through 4 or 5
Yep.
tracks, and now
And now we're kicking that fucking door down.
Okay, that fucking door down. Yeah, exactly.
I
And
think that's
also-
why that's the name of the song, like Backs Against the Wall. I like the title of it because it kind of feels like a song. If you listen to the verse especially, it's kind of like contemplating doing the right thing, but also like knowing you're going in the wrong direction, if that
Yep.
makes any sense. So
Yep. And
you
I feel
know.
like the other half too was that like again, like if fools know me and yours catalogs, like I'm thinking this project was gonna sound like this last track all the way through.
all the way through. Yeah.
But no, I got happy and then okay, I finally get what I was originally here for.
Expecting. Yeah,
Like,
expecting. Yeah.
I was expecting this. Thank you for giving me this little side dish.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. I expected to kind of because what I've listened to from you previously has been mostly like harder
Yeah.
based beats. So like when you sent me that first couple of batches, I was like, this is a little too happy for my man's taste, but I'm still like vibing. I still want to write this. Like you gave me the palette to work with, and I went crazy with that palette. And then the reality was like, I was just like, bro, I want to switch up the canvas just one time
Yeah,
just to
do it.
see what the fuck happens when I switch up the canvas on them.
Yep.
So that's what this basically, you gave me a different palette, and I was like, I'm gonna try to color the same painting, but just with a different palette.
Yep. And you know what? Honestly, it
That's
was
how I
that
look
made
at
me go the happy route. It was the You and Mills project.
Okay.
I
yeah.
loved it. I love that like different tone.
Yeah. Especially
underneath
for
you.
Trey Voorhees, for sure.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
For sure.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's go into this last one because here we go.
Backs against the wall, baby.
Oh,
To wait for some folks who won't get it. It's gonna be some motherfuckers this mad that I said it. And some folks out there that I am indebted. Forever grateful for their presence. I'm keeping everything between me and this rhyme book. I see the hourglass winding down, all that time took. Bitch, I'm fine. Bitch, you lying. I ain't crying. Look. My back's against the wall, but I'm still all in. Them bridges, they burn. I just watch them fall in. I sacrifice it all for my life's calling. For my life's calling. Hey yo, benediction, what's the meaning? I've been afflicted, close as I'm getting to addiction. I mean, I've been addicted. This shit's a sickness, I get it. You wanna fit in, got some kind of conviction, like you wanna sit inside a cell and kick it for a sentence, but wouldn't sit and listen for repentance. Typical, somewhat hypocritical. Limit your brain waves to the mother loving minimal. Get physical, a bit criminal just for the interview. Isn't this shit so cynical? Please, dead it, just let it go before somebody let it go. Before somebody head exploding, calling up medical, better go out professional. Don't want shit to get technical, have to go out to Mexico. My back's against the wall, but I'm still all in. Them bridges they burn, I just watch them fall in. I sacrifice it all for my life's calling. For my life's calling. My back's against the wall, but I'm still all in. Them bridges they burn, I just watch them fall in. I sacrifice it all for my life's calling. For my life's calling.
Oh.
That's that motherfucking joint.
Oh man.
I was so stoked when we got that one, bro. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That was the one.
Yeah, that one took me a couple tries, my bad.
Yeah.
That's
like-
also
I was like, no, JX, one more. Give me
Yeah.
one more. Just
No,
one
that's-
more.
that
that
was
was-
also
That was 2 beats in one
that
joint,
was
right?
2 in 1, yeah. And I was also when I was trying to find you like something that had that like synthy bounce of like Mongrel's Rockstar too. So I was half torn between sending.
That's
you,
one of
like,
my favorite songs by you,
stuff.
by the way.
Thank you, sir. I was torn between that one and like sending you these beats. So I was like, do I send him the like dark synthy stuff or do I send him the like grimy vintagey stuff? Like,
Right.
so I swear the first ones I sent were like the grimier synthy stuff. And they're like, nah, and then these were
This shit
like,
remind me of like the Scooby-Doo vibes. And that's some
Yep.
shit I always vibe with. I love the Scooby-Doo vibes. So that's
Yep.
like when you sent that, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is it right here. This
You know,
is the
It was funny that you say that. Like during this time is when me and Michael were just watching Scooby Doo like every night.
it sounds like it.
This
Definitely
fool-
sounds like it.
This fool was all about Scooby Doo during this time too.
Yeah.
And I was making these beats.
I love Scooby-Doo. So like whenever I hear something that's kind of got like a groovy ghoulies, like kind of 70s.
Groovy Ghoulies. Yep.
Yeah.
The
Just like
Groovy
some
Ghoulies.
70s, like, I don't know, man. It's something about like it's like it's not quite too scary, but it's also not quite too childish. It's kind of just like right there.
Like
in
those
the
prog
middle.
psychedelic vibes.
Right.
Yep.
You know, like Goblin and you know, the Italian horror movie type of stuff. Like it kind of gave way to, I mean, that's where my heart is when it comes to horror cinema. So like,
Yep.
you know, to hear shit that kind of comes from that vein, it's always like, I need more of that. Feed me, you know what I mean?
And there's more coming soon, I promise.
Oh, dude, trust.
Yep, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing these next 2 Sundays at the while I'm fixing the car. I'm just gonna be cooking on the live because
Yeah.
plan
most
is
definitely.
my plan is finish old beats while I stream on at my house, and then these next 2 Sundays knock out a couple extra more because then I know that most of my music creation once the baby comes around in like 3 weeks, I'm gonna be just cooking up on the MPC right there. So
Yeah.
might
Spending
as
more
well just
time
fuck-
with wifey and the baby, right?
Yep. This is gonna be less time like back here, so I know I just gotta finish more stuff, and then that way I'll front load a bunch more beats, and then when baby gets a little bit of a stable sleep schedule, and I can
Right.
sneak away like 45 minutes and export in
Mhm.
mass amount. I'll export mass amount, or I'll do it like I did with Michael and fucking put the Mac Mini in the living room while it's
You know
3
what
in
I'm
the morning.
saying?
Hey, that's how I did it last time, bro.
Hell yeah, that's a good
Oh,
look.
I was out here with the freaking like Catan thing where like you put them in the chest and like they're just hanging on you. And I
Yeah.
was just like exporting tracks off the MPC while this fool was like sleeping on me, and wifey was catching Z's.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna probably be doing the same thing again at like 3 in the morning.
Hey, however you can get it, bro. That's what
Exactly, bro.
matters.
Exactly, bro. So yeah, man. Hey, thanks for joining me. Everybody,
Most
thank you
definitely.
for coming out. Make sure y'all go bump that EP, man. I'm gonna be running it up. Everybody else, make sure you bump it. Music
Mhm.
video coming shortly.
In the next couple days, bro. I'm telling you, it's got to be done in the like next couple days. I low key want to shoot one more scene. I'm still kind of
Take your time.
contemplating. Okay.
Take your time. Take your
Yeah,
time. It's
yeah,
cool. You good.
yeah, yeah. The last scene I think is probably gonna be necessary. So I'm probably gonna shoot that and then we'll get to editing and get everything. But Resilience will be the first visual
Yeah.
aid on the project. So
Yeah. If
be on the
do a
lookout, y'all.
if we do a second one, I think we know which one's gonna be. And I got you.
Rants
Deliver
do.
help with that. Yeah.
It's like if I have any say, it's gonna be Rants do now. Hell
If
yeah.
we can, if
I'm
we
with,
can.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm most
yeah,
definitely. We'll,
yeah.
we'll definitely sit down and we'll talk. I just need I need more ideas in regards to like, you know, Vegas is weird when it comes to location.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do your typical run of the mill music video, but I also don't want to do a typical run of the Vegas music
Yeah.
video.
No.
So trying to come
And
up with something different, you know?
and through talking, I had some ideas already. I think I got a couple more ideas that I could shoot you and stuff.
Cool. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
hop on the phone this
Yeah.
weekend or something, and we'll hash out some ideas, and I'll write them down, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Let me see who's out here to raid. Oh, Thunder's on. Hell yeah. Let me
Hell
raid Thunder Tracks real quick. And raid Thunder Tracks. There we go. Yes, thank you all for joining. We're raiding Thunder. Be sure you go show him some love. Stream the EP. Follow Trade. Here, wherever, everywhere.
Yep. Trade Voorhees, all one word.
Yep. Everywhere too, right?
Yep. Everywhere.
Yeah, so
Yep.
there you go. You don't gotta worry about none.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
Here we go with the raid. Rah, rah, rah. And let me log us off.